Power up, log on, and tune in. Welcome to Boys Varsity State Tournament Football. We are live at Tiger Stadium on the St. Cloud Tech campus for a matchup between the Barnesville Trojans and the home team, Moose Lake Willow River Rebels. And you're watching it all on the Neighborhood Sports Network.tv.
NSPN.TV, in partnership with the Minnesota State High School League, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Football Tournament. Coverage is made possible by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care, ETS Performance, elite sports performance training for student athletes. Visit etsperformance.com/NSPN for more information. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. And by the Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage.
Power up your screen device, log on to neighborhoodsportsnetwork.tv, and tune in to watch the quarterfinals of the Class 2A Football State Tournament. Welcome to Minnesota High School coverage on the neighborhood. My name is Phil McLaughlin, and behind the camera tonight is Charles Brolin. Both of these teams were here playing for a trip to the U.S. Bank Stadium and their spot in the state semifinals. And we winter-tested Minnesotans know that Old Man Winter has returned, and everyone will be wanting to play football inside the home field of the Minnesota Vikings in mid-November. Again, this is the Class 2A State Tournament quarterfinals. In Section 8, your Barnesville Trojans, head coached by Brian Strand, and they are overall 10-0. They come in from the Midwest White Conference, where they were first in the conference at a record of 6-0, and they are winners of 10 straight here this year in 2022. They last played on the 4th of November in the Section 8 2A finals last week at the Fargo Dome, and they were victorious 56-3 over Crookston. The Section 7 representatives, the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels, head coached by David Luzik, overall 9-1 this season, and in the Northeast Blue Division, 6-0. First place. They lost their first game of the season versus Hermantown and are now riding a 9-game winning streak. They are 4-1 at home, 4-0 away, and 1-0 on a neutral site. And as we are at a neutral site this evening, this is their 16th state appearance in program history, and this is their 5th year in a row minus the COVID year. They are a 3-time AA state runner-up. Keep your eye on Jackson Schmidt. He had 177 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns to include a 91-yard scamper last week in a win versus Crosby Ironton. By a final score, a shutout, 25-0. That was back on November 3rd in the Section 7 2A finals. ETS Performance is an elite sports performance training facility that provides cutting-edge strength, speed, movement mastery, and injury prevention training for athletes of all sports ages 8 and up. ETS's unique training methods and systems help athletes enhance performance, build character, and improve lifestyles for both athletics and life. Visit etsperformance.com/NSPN for more information. A chilly evening tonight here up in St. Cloud. As the temperature 27 degrees, it has rained several times on and off today. Coming in, the Rebels will be wearing the red and white uniforms, red pants, white jerseys, red numbers, and those red, shiny red helmets. And Barnesville will be wearing the purple uniforms, going with the purple jerseys and black pants, purple helmets trimmed in white letters and white numbers for the Trojans. We get ready here for the opening announcements as well as the starting lineups. We'll turn things over to our public address announcer here for starting lineups. You are watching the Neighborhood Sports Network.tv. Tune in all season long as you can pick up games and a subscription for $24.99 or the season for $6.99. We'll be covering the rest of the state tournament here next week. That will be the state semifinal games played at U.S. Bank Stadium on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Before Channel 45 will be picking up the games, the championship games, on Friday, December 2nd and December 3rd. That's something new this year, as the Minnesota Vikings will need the U.S. Bank Stadium to host the Cowboys on Thanksgiving night. And that game will be taking a little bit longer to clean up the stadium. And so instead of having the Prep Bowl the 2 days after Thanksgiving, it'll be the week after, again on Friday, December 2nd and Saturday, December 3rd. The Class 2A semifinal games will be being played on Friday. So the winners of this game will either play at 9 o'clock or 11:30 next Friday, November 18th. And the championship game then will be held at 1 p.m. on Friday, December 2nd. And as we're waiting here for the starting lineups, we'll take a look at the Class 2A state tournament brackets. It is Jackson County Central playing Howard Lake Waverly. That is tonight at 7 p.m. at St. Anthony Village. Again, this game here between Moose Lake Willow River and Barnesville High School. Also on the other side of the bracket is Chatfield versus Blue Earth, and that's being played in Rochester. And then Eden Valley Watkins winning a thriller last week in overtime. They are taking on Sauk Center High School in Monticello this evening. And now we're doing the coin toss. And the Rebels have won the toss, and they've chosen to receive. And Barnesville will kick. The Rebels, Moose Lake Willow River will be traveling from left to right on your screen. And Barnesville, the Trojans, will be going from right to left. Again, Barnesville in purple, and the Rebels in red and white.
Let's now introduce the team's first visitors in Section 7 AA champions, the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels. Head coach is Dave Lojack. Captain Tucker 11, Jimmy Walker 24, Jackson Thompson 55, Lindsay and Mississippi 7, JP. The home team is the Section 8 AA champions, the Barnesville Trojans. Would you please rise, face the south end of the stadium, and join us as we play our national anthem.
A rousing rendition of our national anthem to start things off. First, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the veterans in our audience tuning in to today's broadcast, and to thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day. When it came calling, you asked what you could do for your country by signing and serving. And so we do thank you for your service, and thank you for tuning in as we bring in the rest of tonight's audience as well. Kicking off here for Barnesville will be number 89, Isaac Manival. Manival, the 6'7", 220-pound senior, will be booting from right to left as the Trojans look to start off on defense. For the defense here, the starting lineups will be the left end, number 85, Logan Yeski, and at right end, number 34, Peyton Amundsen. Defensive tackle, number 53, Austin Bolgren, number 65, Justin Krieger. The linebackers, Nick Robidoux, number 55, brother Johnny Robidoux, number 54, and another linebacker, Connor Lokes. At corner, it'll be Aaron Baker, number 3, and number 14, Brody Gray. Your safeties, the free safety, number 9, Owen Riddle, and number 20, Braden Bredman. Again, we welcome you into live high school playoff football here, the first round of the state tournament. We are outside on a very chilly evening here in St. Cloud. The temperature below zero, a little bit of ice on the stairs as we walked in the stadium. And here comes the kickoff here from the 40-yard line, and this will go back, be fielded, and it is dropped at the 10, and the Rebels pick it up and will be tackled at the 15-yard line. A great play defensively by the coverage team here for Barnesville. And Barnesville, the fans right in front of us are the near sideline, the Rebels on the far sideline, no far stands. First and 10. And they'll be at the 16-yard line here for the Rebels as they will go on their first drive. Starting quarterback number 12, Adam Newman, will break the huddle. And there is that tight formation. And the give is to the second man through, and he is stopped. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, a yard gained. We'll say a gain of 2, second down and 8. Again, a chilly evening here as both teams look to set the level of play. We're in the first round of the state tournament here on NSPN.TV. Second down and 8 as Newman under center. And that is a counter play that is stopped again for about a yard gain up to the 19-yard line. Yetzke on the tackle here for Barnesville, and that'll bring up third down and long. We are 1 minute into tonight's contest. 12-minute quarters here for high school football outside on the turf stadium at St. Cloud Tech. Third down and 7, and Newman now will toss the ball and being stopped at the 20, make it the 21-yard line. It'll be short of the first down. And that was to Jackson Schmidt. Again, Jackson Schmidt with 177 yards last week in the section finals. And that brings up decision time here, 4th and 6. And they will send in their punting unit. Punting in the shadow of their own goal line at the 10-yard line. He gets the snap, and it's going to be a short kick. This will be bouncing at the 42-yard line. It will take a Trojan bounce, where it will be down at the 40-yard line. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 as we see the Barnesville offense for the first time this evening. Under center, starting quarterback number 4, Zach Bredman. Bredman at 5'10", 140-pound as a junior. And he's got Braden Bredman, the running back, and Andrew Peterson behind him. John Roller, the fullback. And then your two ends, Tate Inninger and Wyatt Suter. And it'll be a run to the that was to the tailback, Bredman. And Bredman picks up a good chunk of yards there, like an 8-yard gain. And they'll bring up second down and short as we are 2 minutes into tonight's contest, and the Trojans already into enemy territory. It'll be second down and 3. Bredman under center. Takes the snap and gives it to he tapes it himself, makes a nifty move, and he is into first down territory. Zach Bredman calling his own number. And he is across to the 16-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10. 26-yard line, be first down and 10. First down here for the Trojan offense tonight, chewing up the yards on the ground. And there is Jackson again with Peterson, Bredman, and Roller behind him in the backfield. And the give is to the up man. And he is tackled at the 20-yard line. And that'll bring up a manageable second down now, second down and 4. As the offense here rolling for Barnesville in the first quarter. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Second down and 4 from the 20-yard line. Again, Zach Bredman under center with Braden, Peterson, and Roller behind him. And the give is to the tailback. And he'll be stopped at the 15-yard line. And that is good enough for a first down. So we have first down at the 15-yard line. First and 10 here for Barnesville as they look to get onto the scoreboard first in the first quarter. Back under center goes Bredman. Takes the snap, spins around, gives it to the fullback, and he is going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And that was Roller. And he is stopped right at the 15-yard line for no gain. Bring up second down and 10. Again, Barnesville coming in undefeated. 10 wins, no losses. It'll be second down now and 10 from the 15-yard line as they are threatening here deep in Rebel territory. We'll see if the Rebels can come up with a big defensive stop. It's been everything on the ground here so far. And Bredman gives it to the up back. And he is stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. And that'll bring up third down and 10. A good stop there defensively by the Rebels. They're down and 10 now for Barnesville as they look to strike first. It's third down and 10. We'll see if we're going to see a first pass of the contest. Here is Zach Bredman, 140-pound junior. And he will give, now he will throw. He's got a man on the flat. It is caught. A curl route. And that was complete to number 87, Wyatt Suter, the 6'3", 190-pound senior, playing right end on a little curl route, and that's good for a 6-yard gain. That'll bring up fourth down and 4. And so one of the big momentum plays of the first quarter here is 4th and 4 from the 9-yard line. Statement play here for both sides. And this will be Bredman under center. A long count, now he'll take it. And he will take it himself. And he is into first down territory, crosses over the 5-yard line to the 4. And that will be a first down as Zach Bredman, with his legs, leans over across that 5 to the 4, and that will be a first down. A first down for Bredman. And it'll be first and goal here for the Trojans as we are halfway through the first quarter here from St. Cloud Tech in the quarterfinal round, first round of the state tournament. Here is Bredman. And he'll give it to the first man through, and he is up to about the 4-yard line no gain. And that was John Roller. No gain on the play. Tackled by Nolan Peterson. And so the give or the dive being stopped at the line of scrimmage. And the Barnesville faithful right in front of us here in the press box. It'll be second down and goal from the 4-yard line. And it is the give to the second man through, and it's good for a touchdown. Barnesville strikes first. Put 6 on the board here for the Trojans. As the Trojans find pay dirt first. And they take an early 6-0 lead here in the first round of the state tournament. Coming in to do the extra point duties, it'll be Isaac Manival, the kicker, the long snapper, Spencer Schumacher, and the holder, number 80, Tate Inninger. Kicking from the 10-yard line, so this will be a 20-yard extra point try. The snap is good, the spot, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And that will lead Barnesville to an early lead here. We've got 4 minutes and 42 seconds to go. And Barnesville takes an early lead, 7-0. We'll be right back here on NSPN.TV.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Chase.
The flexible scheduling and the fast pace.
Jets 213.
Building the connections with the staff and the customers.
Have a great day now.
To be an elementary school teacher.
To become a high school chemistry teacher. Archways to Opportunity has helped me because
McDonald's is helping pay for college.
for job information,
Text APPLY to 38000 or visit mcdonalds.com/careers.
And welcome back here to the Neighborhood Sports Network, where Barnesville enjoys an early lead, 7-0, on a 4-yard touchdown run by Braden Bredman. Bredman with the touchdown, and then the extra point was good. And so that's where we sit 7-0 here as we get ready for Barnesville to kick off to the Rebels from Moose Lake Willow River. It'll be their second possession here of the first quarter as they went 3 and out and were forced to punt deep in their own territory. It was a short punt with a short field for Barnesville, and they go 40 yards on the ground with 1 pass reception, that big one on 3rd down and 10. And Barnesville converts the 4th and 4 as Bredman making the first down with his legs, and a big catch by right end Ryan Suter, keeping the drive alive. And this is where we sit here, 7-0, and here comes the kickoff. And this will be a deep kickoff, and this will go all the way back into the end zone for a touchback. So a big kickoff there off the leg of Mandeville, standing at 6'7". The senior got a hold of that one. Again, it is windy out on the field this evening. That cold winter wind is back. Here in Minnesota, woke up to a balmy morning. Got as high as 65 degrees in the Twin Cities before the temperature has just plummeted. Just in time here for the state tournament matchup between the Rebels and the Trojans. And here is a pitch, and back in the backfield. Going to be tackled for a loss at the 15-yard line. Schmidt had no room to run. Brody Gray on the tackle for the Trojans. And that was a loss of 3. The new line of scrimmage now back at the 17-yard line. Willow River in that tight formation. And here comes the reverse. And breaking a tackle on the double handoff. And a nifty play there by Willow River. They did give the ball, I believe, to Jacob Mossberg, coming around from his end position. And he scoots through, picks up 2 more yards. They'll bring up 3rd down and 11, though. Again, 3rd down and long for Moose Lake Willow River. The Rebels getting most of their yards on the ground, not really a passing attack. And he will go back to pass as Newman, and he is hit as he releases the ball. It'll fall right in front of the cornerback for Barnesville, right in front of Aaron Baker. But it falls harmlessly to the turf, and then they'll bring up 4th down, 4th and long. Here as we're getting to the later stages of the first quarter. And it'll be the second punt here coming from the Rebels. Again, coming this one from their 19-yard line. 4th down and 11 with 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go. And Nick Jerzyk back to punt. It looks like Barnesville puts on the rush, and here is the punt. Barnesville not having anyone back deep, and this one will land. Sends at the 39-yard line, bounces back to the 41 before turning course to the 40. And it'll be another 40-yard field here for the Trojans. They will take over 1st down and 10, already leading by a score of 7-0. And you're watching the quarterfinals action here of Class 2A on the Neighborhood Sports Network.tv. Again, these two will face off for a chance to play at U.S. Bank Stadium in the state semifinal games next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And here is Bredman under center again with 3 men in the backfield. They will send a man in motion. That was Braden Bredman, and a flag does fly. And it will be illegal motion here on the Trojans. That'll push this offense back to the 45 and make it 1st down and 15. Somebody jumped here maybe on the line. 1st and 15 here. 1st and long. And some confusion here as the skill position guys trying to get set in the huddle for Barnesville. Braden Bredman stays in the game, and he will stand behind his brother, Zach Bredman. Tight formation with the ends close to the line of scrimmage. 3 men in the backfield. And Bredman will go in motion. And back to pass is his brother. He's got a man downfield. It is caught at the 30-yard line. And all the way down to the 15, making the 12-yard line on the 1st down reception by Barnesville. And again, that was Suter, I believe, on the reception. Tackled by Knizhevich. And that'll bring up a 1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line on the big gainer here, the big pass reception for the Trojans. Here's Bredman under center with 3 men in the backfield. And the give is to the tailback, and he is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. That was given to his brother, Braden Bredman. And a tackle by Jackson Schmidt, playing both ways. Again, the star running back for the Rebels. Also playing defensively, coming up to make the stop. After a 3-yard gain, it'll be 2nd down and 7 at the 11-yard line. There is that tight formation again, both tight ends close to the line. Zach Bredman under center, and now flag flies, and so does the referee's hat. And actually no flag on the play, just a hat flying in the wind here in the stadium on St. Cloud Technical High School. Here's Bredman, and now he will give it to the first man up and tackled. A couple yards on the gain up to, I believe, the 8-yard line. The old school formation here as they have the most of the yards on the ground. And that'll bring up now 3rd down and 3 from the 7. The Rebels looking to come up with a defensive stop, possibly a turnover. 3rd down and 3 with 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. And the give is to the deep back. And that was Braden Bredman, 6 foot, 170-pound senior. And he is close to a 1st down. And the referee says, yes, it is a 1st down. It'll be 1st down and goal from this juggernaut of an offense here from Barnesville. Again, Barnesville coming in first place in the Midwest White Conference, 6-0, 10-0 overall. Winning both playoff games before coming here to the state tournament. Already leading by a score of 7-0. We're a minute to go here in the first quarter. And this is Bredman. He will take it himself, and he is tripped up back at the 4-yard line. Had some blockers in front of him, but knifing through on the play, the Rebel defender. And that was Jackson Thompson coming in to make the tackle here for Moose Lake Willow River. And now the referee is conferring here. We'll see what the flag is about. Should be second down. Second down at the 4. And now we'll get a word here from the White Hat. And it's going to be against Barnesville. Illegal motion against the Trojans, so that will push this dangerous offense back. Should be to about the 9-yard line as our new line of scrimmage. And first and goal. It'll be first and goal here after the penalty, so no play. As we're at 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Here is Bredman under center. There goes a man in motion. And Bredman will take it himself. He's back to pass. He fires into the end zone, and it is broken up, almost picked off. Nice play there by the safety. Almost picking off the ball, stepping in front of it. That was number 1, Owen Lowe. And Lowe almost with a game-changing interception, as it will be an incomplete pass. Still a good play defensively. And that'll bring up second down and goal. We've got 30 seconds to go. Second and goal from the 9. On the third pass attempt that was knocked down. Third pass attempt by Bredman this evening. And now a man in motion. And the pitch is to Bredman. He's got blockers out in front of him, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. That was John Roller, Roller with the man in front of him. And the fullback takes it in for the touchdown. 6 points on the board here for the Trojans. A nifty run there by the 6-foot, 175-pound senior, and that'll make the score now 13-0 here in favor of Barnesville. And Manival will come in to attempt the extra point. Again, Spencer Schumacher is your long snapper, and Tate Inninger is the holder. Here is a good snap, the spot, the kick, and the kick is blocked. It is blocked, and the whistles blow the play dead. And nice job there blocking the extra point attempt by this Rebels defense. That could be a play there to get some momentum back on the side of Moose Lake Willow River. And so it'll be a new score now of 13-0. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching playoff football action, state tournament action here on the Sports Network. Neighborhood Sports Network.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
We've got 25.4 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of action. It's been all Barnesville on the ground, with mixing in a couple of nifty passes from Bredman. And the 9-yard touchdown run from Roller makes the score 13-0 as they kick off again, going from right to left. It's a deep kick. It'll bounce at the 5 and into the end zone for another touchback. And so this Rebel offense will start for the third time this evening at their 20-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. They've had a couple of 3-and-outs and 2 punts, short punts. Here we are playing at St. Cloud Tech, home of the Tigers, on a beautiful turf field here in St. Cloud, Minnesota. And now an equipment timeout for a shoe to be tied. And we're at about 27 degrees. A lot of the Trojans electing to go sleeveless. And now the Rebels begin with their third possession. And here is the counter play as they brought two linemen around the end and being stopped at, that'll be the last, oh no, the whistles will blow. Schmidt on the carry. And that should be the quarter, I believe, or nope. Johnny Robideau on the tackle, and we have a timeout here with 13.9 seconds to go. We'll take a quick timeout here ourselves. We'll be right back here on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
So some strategy here by the coaching staff of the Trojans as they take that timeout to keep another couple of plays here in the first quarter, hoping to force a punt and get into that wind. The wind, the culprit for the last two short punts, and probably the touchbacks as well from the leg of the Barnesville kicker. And here is the snap to Newman, and the give around right end is going nowhere. Several Barnesville Trojans come up and make the stop. And now the clock will run here all the way down to the end of the first quarter. And so with 1 quarter in the books, 000 on the scoreboard, our score does read 13-0 here in favor of the Trojans of Barnesville. And they will head over and talk things over before flipping fields. And we'll be right back. You are watching state quarterfinal action. We are in the first round of the state tournament, and you're watching this live on NSPN.TV.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Chase.
The flexible scheduling and the fast pace.
Jets 213.
Building the connections with the staff and the customers.
Have a great day now.
To be an elementary school teacher.
To become a high school chemistry teacher. Archway's opportunity has helped me because
McDonald's is helping pay for college.
for job information,
Text APPLY to 38000 or visit mcdonalds.com/careers.
And we are back here live. We're on the campus of St. Cloud Tech for a battle between Moose Lake, Willow River, and Barnesville. Winners of Section 7 and Section 8 in Class 2A. My name is Phil McLaughlin, and behind the camera, Charles Brolin, giving you excellent shots all night. A crisp picture on the camera there as Newman will go into the shotgun here. The first time we see him in shotgun, there's a hard snap. He gets it down. Now he'll run around right end. He's got a man downfield and is caught, I believe. Or did he step out of bounds? I believe he stepped out of bounds, and it'll be incomplete. No, it is a catch, now they're saying. And we've got an injured player on the field. Right over at about the 20-yard line. I believe that is a player for the Rebels. That was a first down reception. Nice play there, as it was a hard snap off of the line drive snap in the shotgun formation. Not sure if P.J. Frisch, the starting center, has done a lot of shotgun snaps. But a good job there of Newman keeping handle of the ball, keeping the possession, rolling to his right and finding an open man. And now we've got a new quarterback. And maybe the quarterback was injured on the play. Adam Newman. This is Luke Dewey. Luke Dewey in for the Rebels. Dewey, a junior, and he will hand the ball off. Stopped right at the, actually about a yard loss. Ball was carried by Jackson Schmidt, and he is dropped for a 1-yard loss behind the line of scrimmage. And that will bring up second down and long here, 2nd and 11. And now a bit of a spread formation here as the Rebels will send 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Now they bring a man in motion. Quarterback back to pass, the left-hander, and he throws that one out of bounds. That was Luke Dewey's pass going to the sideline. So spreading things out here, a different look from the Rebels. And they have thrown now 2 passes here on this drive. Looking to shake things up offensively, trailing here in the second quarter, early on in the second quarter, by a score of 13-0. And they'll bring up 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10 from their own 32-yard line, so good field position here. Bring another man in motion. Again, Dewey in the shotgun. And it'll be a handoff and being stuck right at the 32-yard line. A nice play defensively. I believe that was Lokes coming up to assist on the tackle. It'll be a 1-yard gain. It'll bring up 4th down and 9. And so with the win, you'll expect a punt here from the Rebels. And here is a deep punt. Again, with that wind, it'll take a Rebel bounce. This one's going all the way down the far sideline and out of bounds right around the 23-yard line. We'll see where the official mark will be. But a good flip of the field position there. Finally, the Rebels getting to punt with the wind at their back. And that goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And that is where this dangerous offense here of the Trojans will start off 1st and 10 with their first possession here of the second quarter. Already leading 13-0 with 2 rushing touchdowns in that first quarter. Trojan offense, again, in those purple jerseys, black pants. We're going from left to right on your screen. Zach Bredman under center. He turns and he will give to the first man through. He stays on his feet. This is Roller. Roller will not go down. John Roller already with a touchdown and a good hard run. Takes him to the 32-yard line. Would not stop. It kept churning the legs. Picks up a gain of 7. They'll bring up 2nd down and 3. So the Trojans here successfully on 1st down with a run of 7 yards. And they all get set. Here is Bredman. And now the give is to the back. This is Peterson. Sorry, this is Braden Bredman. And Bredman into 1st down territory all the way up to the 48-yard line. A 14-yard gain for the 6'1", 190-pound senior Braden Bredman. And again, this Trojan offense is rolling 1st down now at the 46-yard line. Here is Zach under center. He takes the snap and gives it to Bredman again. And Bredman across the territorial door to the 49-yard line into enemy territory. And that was Andrew Peterson on the rush. Good enough for 5 yards. We'll be up 2nd down and 5. As we approach 9 minutes remaining here until halftime of a very chilly night here in St. Cloud. As the Trojans come up to the line of scrimmage that is at the 49, 2nd down and 5. They just continue to chew up yardage and chew up the clock. And this will be kept on the ground by the quarterback. Zach Bredman calls his own number, and he only makes it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll actually lose a yard and back into Trojan territory. A loss of 1 will bring up 3rd down and 6. So good stop defensively there by the Rebels. Trying to force a punt here at midfield. Bredman surveys the field, and now he's under center. He'll take the snap and turn and give, I believe. No, he takes it himself. fakes the handoff to the fullback, and he squirts through to the 46-yard line. And there is the third down stop. That'll bring up 4th down and 2. And so a big chance here for the Rebels to get a turnover on downs. 4th and 2 as the crowd starts to get into it here, stomping their feet, trying to keep the feet warm, the toes inside the boots. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Here is Bredman with the hard count. Now he'll take it, and the give is to Braden Bredman, and he is stopped at the 45-yard line. He is short. That will be the turnover on downs as the Rebel defense comes up with a huge stop. They are short by about the length of 2 footballs. It'll be first down here for the Rebels on offense. So good job there by the defense here of Moose Lake Willow River, coming up with a huge stop here at midfield. And so trailing now by a score of 13-0. A chance to jump back and get onto the scoreboard. And here comes the reverse on the double handoff. Being stopped for a 1-yard gain. Looks like Owen Whittle on the tackle. A 2-yard gain on the reverse. 2nd down and 8. And Adam Newman back in at quarterback here for this Rebel offense. They face a 2nd down and 8 at their 47-yard line. Trying to get past midfield. A yard to make is the 45 here for the first down. They'll send 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. 1 running back next to Newman. They'll send a man in motion. Now they'll flood this left side, and actually they'll put him back in at running back, and now the flag will fly. That was Sam Kanishvich. And a timeout will be called, not a flag. And that was Kanishvich that came in motion and tried to line up in the backfield. The fans here in front of us want a delay of game penalty, but the timeout is awarded to the Rebels. Here they will talk things over. They're trailing by a score of 13-0. We've got 6 minutes and 27 seconds to go here until halftime. And this is quarterfinal matchup here in Class 2A. The winner moves on to play in U.S. Bank Stadium, and if they come up a little bit short, they will have to be turning in their uniforms on Monday. Everyone wants to play inside the home of the Minnesota Vikings. We'll be right back here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Actually, we're going to keep it right here on the quick timeout. Rebels looking to keep the drive alive. It's 2nd down now, 2nd and 8, right before midfield. Ball right next to the Tiger Tech logo. Again, they will send 3 receivers here. Devich will go back in motion, and the pitch is to him. And he breaks 1 tackle before he is dropped at the 49-yard line. So again, they brought in motion Sam Kanevich, and the pass was behind the line of scrimmage, so that would be a pitch and a running play. Kanevich picked up 3 yards up to the 49-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Again, the yard to make the 45 of Barnesville. And now 4 men will go to the right side here. Back to pass. This is a pass over on the far sideline. He's got some work to do, and right to the sticks. Pass was complete on the far sideline for the Rebels to Thompson. And Bredman comes up to make the tackle, but not before the Rebels pick up a first down. A nice play there by the Rebels. It was 3rd down and long. They pick up the first down. They keep the drive alive. And they're at the 44-yard line here at Barnesville. By far their best drive here this evening. And again, they bring a man in motion, and this time the handoff will be to the running back, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage, actually loses a yard. And a great play defensively there by Barnesville. Barnesville, several defenders there on the 1-yard loss. Appear to be a run blitz as they run right into the running back. I'll bring up 2nd down and 11 here with 4:50 to go in the second quarter. We've seen better play here from the Rebels. We'll go double wing. And this is a pass. It's going to be a pass deep down the field, up for grabs. A nice effort there on the reception. We're just in and out of the hands of Jimmy Walker, their tight end. Jimmy Walker went up for it, had a couple of chances at making the catch, just not able to haul it in. And so it'll again be 3rd down and long, 3rd and 11. Adam Newman, starting quarterback, gives the signal here to his huddle. Now they will line up again, send a man in motion. And again, he is back to pass. Newman fires it downfield and underthrows his intended receiver. And that was Owen Lowe. He was open, but the ball falls incomplete. That will bring up a long 4th down attempt. And we believe we will see the punting unit again come in here, 4th and 11. With 4.5 minutes to go, the Rebels will have to play for field position. This is Nick Juzik. He's a junior, and he will be punting from his 45-yard line. And this is a deep punt. It'll be caught at the 15-yard line. Barnesville looking to pick up a block, and they run right into the defensive unit here, special teams defensive unit. They return up to the 22-yard line. And so 4 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock here. Some time for a Barnesville drive. Trojans already leading by a score of 13-0, looking to add to the lead. They'll start off at the 23-yard line. Again, this Rebel defense coming up with a nice stop on 4th down on their last possession, looking to do the same, potentially turn the ball over to their offense. And Zach Bredman again under center, the junior quarterback trying to lead his team into U.S. Bank Stadium. He'll reverse fields, and he'll be knocked up back in the backfield. Austin Johnson and Danielski come up to make the tackle for the Rebels. No gain on the play, so another good play here defensively by this Rebels defense, trying to keep the game within 13 points before halftime. We've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. The clock runs here on the running play, and here is Bredman under center. He turns and gives it to the first man, John Roller takes a hand up close to the first down. That was a first down carry. 10 yards on the ground by the fullback. And I'll bring up a first down here as the Trojans now start their drive. Here comes Andrew Peterson in with the play for Barnesville. They'll rush up to the line. Bredman, Peterson, and Roller in the backfield behind Zach Bredman. He will turn and he will give the ball to the last man through. Stop for a short gain. And that's actually number 2, Dotson Gregg. Dotson, a 5'9" junior running back. He picks up 2 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down and 8. Second and 8 now as we approach 2.5 minutes to go here until halftime. And they'll send a man in motion. And back to pass is Bredman, and he will reverse fields. He's got a man with a block, getting it all the way up to the 48-yard line. And that is the big tight end, Tate Inninger, number 80 on the the tight end screen. Bredman went to his right, reverse fields came back and had a wide open Inninger. And Inninger, 265 pounds, rumbles down the field for a first down to the 47-yard line. And he is a load to bring down. Be 1st and 10 here from the 47. They'll send another man in motion. This is Peterson, and now there'll be a reverse. And looking at the reverse pass, he's got a man downfield. It's caught at the 40-yard line. Running all the way down here for a first down is Wyatt Suter. That was the two-end connection. Now on the reverse pass, they brought Tate Inninger around. He found his buddy Wyatt Suter open at the 40. And he rumbles down here to the 24-yard line for a big gainer. And that gets these fans here from Barnesville on their feet. First down now, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. A little razzle-dazzle here coming from the Trojans. On the pass from the right end to the left end. And here is a run attack. Ball carried by Ethan Larson. 190-pound running back, and he is tackled after a 3-yard gain. A timeout is called here by the Trojans. And we will step aside here as the score 13-0. We've got a minute and 28 to go here, nearing the end of the second quarter on our quarterfinal action here in Class 2A. We'll be right back.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
And welcome back here to St. Cloud Tech in our quarterfinal action as Barnesville taking on Moose Lake Willow River. Barnesville 2nd down and 8. Here is Bredman rushing down the line of scrimmage, and the pitch, the ball is on the ground, but it is covered up. Johnny on the spot. Braden Bredman falls on the loose ball. There'll be a loss on the play back to the 27-yard line. But Barnesville keeps the ball, keeps possession. You know, the hearts are in the throats of the fans here on this near sideline right in front of us. It'll be 3rd down now, 3rd and long as we're under a minute to play. Bredman is now the handoff given to Peterson, and he'll be dropped for a loss. A good stop there on defense by the Rebels. Coming up to make the tackle, Jacob Mossberg, 205-pound senior, will drop the Trojans. The Trojans for a loss, and we'll have a timeout here. We've got 46.4 seconds to go here in the second quarter. We'll keep it here. Will be decision time in this timeout here for Barnesville. They're already leading 13-0. Facing a 4th down and 14. 4th and very long. And they're going into the wind, so that might affect the decision here of the play call. And they'll keep Zach Bredman, the starting quarterback, in. Again, standing at 5'10", only 140 pounds. He does take a beating. But he's got some guts here as he faces 4th down and 14. Under center. Bredman now is back to pass. Surveying the field, he throws it over the middle and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And pass was intended for Braden Bredman. He was open at about the 12-yard line. Would have been a first down, but a stop here for the Rebels on defense. A great stop there right before half, as they should keep this game to a 13-0 lead unless they can put one on the scoreboard here before halftime. So a nice pass there by Bredman, just in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Braden Bredman. And now Barnesville will go back on defense, again leading by 13. Here is Newman under center, and he will go back to pass. Throws it down the far sideline. It is broken up nicely on the play by Brody Gray. That ball seemed like it floated a little bit there to the far sideline. Gray coming up, knocking the pass down. So with 36 seconds on the clock, it'll be 2nd down and 10 here for the Rebel offense. Took a strike there on 1st down. We'll see if they run the ball here with about half a minute to go here until halftime. And they again will spread the offense out, the formation with receiver right, receiver left, 2 men in the backfield. They'll send a man in motion. And back to pass goes Newman. Now he's flush from the pocket. He'll take it himself, and he is stopped right at the 30-yard line. Tackled on the play by Connor Lokes. Stopped for a 1-yard gain. We'll call it a 2-yard gain. 3rd down and 8 as the clock shows 15 seconds. And looks like we'll have time for one more play, or the Rebels will let the clock run all the way down to the halftime mark. 5 seconds, and it will go down to halftime. Unless there is a timeout called. The officials talk things over here. We'll see if they had any more timeouts to take. And a timeout is taken by the Rebels. Timeout there shows 0.2 seconds on this clock. We'll see if they add any time to the clock here. Timeout by Moose Lake Willow River. Be one last play here, barring any penalties. And we'll see if they took the timeout, so you think they'll probably be aggressive. Maybe try to throw a Hail Mary, something down the field. This defense here for Barnesville has really kept Jackson Schmidt quiet this evening. He had 3 touchdowns in the section championship game last week. But they've bottled him up here in this rushing attack from the Rebels. The Rebels did have a nice drive last time they had the ball. They got deep into enemy territory before being forced to punt. And the clock now, they'll put 6 seconds back on the game clock. So we'll have time for one more play. And Newman, now they'll do a reverse. And the handoff was given to Jackson Thompson. And he is ahead for a couple yards. He'll be tackled there, and that'll be the last play here of the second quarter. We will head to halftime. Our score here from St. Cloud Tech, the Trojans of Barnesville 13 and the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels 0. We'll take a 12-minute halftime. We'll be right back here watching the Neighborhood Sports Network here on NSPN.TV.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Join our team while supporting yours. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.TV, is looking for camera operators and broadcasters for our live game streams. The atmosphere of sporting events can't be beat. Be a part of the action with flexible scheduling and guaranteed game rate pay. you're a student or adult looking for an opening into the world of sports media, or to just make a little extra cash, send us an email at jobs@nspn.tv. Welcome to the neighborhood.
And we'll take a quick look at how these teams got here. Your Section 7 and 2A champions, Moose Lake Willow River, started off the season losing their first game back on September 1st to Hermantown by a score of 14-31. And then they reeled off 9 straight victories, beating International Falls 38-0, Nashwauk Keewatin 48-14, Crosby Ironton 12-6, Mesabi East 43-14, Brom 48-12, Hinckley Finlayson 42-12, and Rush City 7-0. And then in the section playoffs, they knocked off Hinckley Finlayson 47-8, and again Crosby Ironton again for the second time this season, 25-0. And your Trojans from Barnesville, the Section 8 of Class 2A champions, they come in with a record of 10 wins and no losses. They started off the season winning versus West Central area Ashby 29-8, beating Crookston 28-0. Another shutout versus Pelican Rapids 43-0. Big win over Osakis 51-8. A huge win over Pillinger 62-0. They beat Detroit Lakes 28-13. Staples Motley fell 56-0, and Hawley 42-6. And then same story in the section playoffs, a shutout versus Frazee 57-0, and then knocking Crookston off 56-3 last week in the Fargo Dome. Barnesville is head coached by Brian Strand. He's in his 18th year as a head coach with a combined record of 153-44. His assistant coaches are Phil Trowbridge, Nathan Strand, Jacob Grouse, Ace Craig, Kirk Peterson, Dane Brewer, Michael Strand, and Adam Tonsfeld. The student managers are Addison Barnes, Alex Paul, and Alexis Zander. Our activities director for Barnesville is Aaron Schindler. The medical personnel, Shane Sigler. And taking a look here at the Rebels, head coached by Dave Luzick, 24 years as a head coach. His assistant coaches are Andy Dahl, Scott Batalja, Spencer Clough, Kevin Sisbarik, Austin Leno, James Bahati, Bo Moffitt, Chad Robbins, and Wes Cummins. The student managers, Adeline Shazarbic, Dallas Johnson, Emma Ballantine, and Connor Basie. And the activities director for Moose Lake Willow River is Dave Luzick and Andy Dahl. And the medical personnel here is Chris Ketchmark and Alex Willett. Taking a look at Class A action here in the quarterfinals. The winners of Section 3, Jackson County Central, take on the winners of Section 4, Howard Lake Waverly Winsted. And Section 1, Class 2A, Chatfield 10-0, taking on Blue Earth Area. That is at Rochester Mayer High School. And Eden Valley Watkins 10-0, taking on Sauk Center 7-3. If Barnesville or Moose Lake win tonight, they will face the winner of the Jackson County Central Howard Lake Waverly Winsted game. That'll be Friday, November 18th at 9 a.m., and that'll be at U.S. Bank Stadium. And then they will play again the championship game, the Prep Bowl. This will be Prep Bowl Class 2A championship game Friday, December 2nd, 1 p.m. at U.S. Bank Stadium. And 50 years of the Prep Bowl here, state tournament action from 1972 to 2022. Again, missing the year of COVID 2 years ago where we only had section champions. But glad to have everybody back and safe and healthy playing in the state tournament here for the second year since the COVID year. Coverage of high school sports is brought to you by the Neighborhood Sports Network and viewers like you. You can pay $24.99 for a yearly subscription or $6.99 per season. By purchasing these game streams, you are making coverage possible, and the profits are shared with the home teams that are a part of the NSPN.TV network. Remember, you can watch games live and on demand on NSPN.TV. Fans, join in the conversation with us on social media and tag us in your pictures and videos. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using @NSPN. We'd love to hear from those who are tuning in. Again, that is @NSPN on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're just about ready to get things kicking off here for the third quarter. Score 13-0 in favor of the Trojans of Barnesville. At the 4-minute and 42-second mark of the first quarter, it was Braden Brenman on the ground, 4-yard scamper for a touchdown. And then with 25 seconds to go in that first quarter, a 9-yard touchdown run from the fullback, John Roller, as he picks up the touchdown on the ground. The extra point was blocked. And so here we sit with a 13-0 score. We're about ready to start the third quarter of action. Again, the winner will head to U.S. Bank Stadium next week. And on a very chilly and windy night, it sounds great to have a matchup indoors. Although we do like to play outside here in Minnesota. This is the quarterfinal action. This is Moose Lake Willow River, the Rebels, looking to get on the scoreboard here. And they will be kicking off to start off the second half. They won the toss and elected to receive. Back in the first quarter, they went 3 and out and were forced to punt into the wind. Barnesville taking their drive and going 40 yards down the field with that 4-yard touchdown run from Bredman. Going up 7-0 in the first quarter, then tacking on another. Again, missing the extra point, having it blocked to make the score 13-0. No scoring in the second quarter, as a little bit more field position and some impressive drive by the Rebels. No points on the board yet, but they were able to get 2 big defensive stops of the dangerous offense here from Barnesville. Now we've got about 2 minutes on the clock here for warm-ups, and we'll take a quick timeout here. We'll come right back for second half action. You're watching the quarterfinals here of the state tournament for Class 2A on NSPN.TV. We got about 30 seconds here until second half action. We want to thank you for tuning in. You are our real MVPs. The fans here in our audience for tuning in to our broadcast here today. We've got all of the quarterfinal action up and down the the classes here in Minnesota football on the Neighborhood Sports Network. We'll have coverage again tomorrow as well as volleyball state tournament coverage from the XL Energy Center. Wall-to-wall coverage here on the Neighborhood Sports Network, and we'll be back again next week for more state semifinal action. But we do thank you for tuning in to today's contest, either on a smartphone, a tablet, smart TV, laptop, or regular computer. We thank you for being part of our viewing audience tonight. The Rebels now will be going from right to left on your screen. They're wearing the white jerseys trimmed in red letters, red pants, and red helmets. And here comes the kickoff with the wind. This will drop at the 17-yard line and roll all the way to the 1-yard line, where Barnesville will pick the ball up, knifing through, getting a block, and picking up yards all the way to the 28-yard line. 27-yard return for Barnesville, and that'll set up good field position just before the 30-yard line. Tui on the tackle here for the Rebels. We've already seen him with a couple of snaps at quarterback. And there is is a penalty on the play, a holding penalty going against Barnesville, so that will back the Trojan offense up. It'll be first down, 1st and 10. We'll see where they mark the line of scrimmage here after the penalty. And they'll go all the way back here to the 17-yard line. And so first play, and the Trojans are backed up. They will huddle before their first offensive possession here of the second half. We're in the third quarter here from St. Cloud at the 18-yard line. Here is Bredman. He will turn and give it to the up man. And that is his brother, Braden Bredman. Johnson on the stop. And a 2-yard gain up to the 19-yard line. 1-yard gain, we'll call it second down and 9. As the Trojans break the huddle, second down and long. Bredman with 3 men in the backfield. And he's back to pass, fires it down. Oh, it's picked off by the Rebels. And taking it, getting a block, taking it all the way up to the 7-yard line. A nice pass interception there by Sam Kaznavik. Kaznavik, the 6'3", 205-pound senior, stepped in front of that pass and takes it all the way back to the 9-yard line. And that was a huge play on the interception by the defensive back. And he takes it all the way down on a 26-yard return to the 9-yard line. And just like that, great field position. The first and goal for the Rebels as they start this drive. The deepest penetration they've had all night long. First and goal from the 9. Here is Newman. He'll send a man in motion. And the handoff and the give is up the middle to about the 5-yard line before he's pushed back. Schmidt now gets into the action. He takes it to the 5-yard line. It'll be second and goal. It'll be actually at the 6-yard line, so second and goal from the 6. Jackson Schmidt with 3 touchdowns last week. We'll see if they call his number again here at the 6-yard line. And Jackson Thompson is in at the deep tailback position, and the give will be to Thompson. Tries to go around left end. He is stopped for a loss. Actually, probably no gain at the 6-yard line. Connor Locks coming up from his linebacker position makes this tackle. It'll be third down and goal. We're 2 minutes into the third quarter. A huge chance here for the Rebels to get onto the scoreboard and back into this contest. As Newman will go under center. They'll send a man in motion. And the give is to the running back, and he squirts through up to the 4-yard line. That was Jackson Schmidt on the carry. And he is stopped short of the goal line. It'll be fourth and goal. Fourth and goal from the 4-yard line. So another huge play here early on in this third quarter. The Rebels desperately need a touchdown. They'll mark it at the 3. Fourth and goal from the 3-yard line. Newman under center. And he's got Schmidt as his tailback. And it's going to be a pass play. And the pass is into the corner of the end zone. It's picked off in the end zone. The pass is intercepted in the end zone by Barnesville. Asher O'Brien picks off the pass in the corner of the end zone. There was not really a receiver in the area on the overthrow by Newman. And so the defense holds. And actually the ball now will be placed at the 20-yard line because of the touchback on the interception. So a heads-up play to intercept the ball. And so instead of a fourth down stop at the 3-yard line, it's a fourth down stop, and Barnesville gets the ball all the way at their 20-yard line. So a crazy turn of events here after the interception, another interception as they go tit for tat defensively. And now Barnesville will have it first down and 10 from their 20-yard line. Here's Bredman under center. The turn and the give is to Peterson. Andrew Peterson 6 foot, 190 pounds, and he goes off left tackle. Loses a yard. The score is still 13-0 after some fireworks here early on in this third quarter, as both teams exchange turnovers. The key interception from Sam Kuznevic does not turn to any points, though, for the Rebels. And they will call on their defense yet again here to come up with a stop versus this Trojan offense, who already has 2 touchdowns on the ground. And now here is the handoff to the fullback. And Roller is tackled, but there is a flag on the play. And we'll see what the penalty is. I believe it is against Barnesville. And they're going to call false start here by the Trojan offense. It'll push them back 5 yards. And the coaches here in the box do not like that penalty call. It'll bring up now 2nd down and long here for the Trojan offense. 2nd down and 16 as the ball will be placed back at the 14-yard line. Another chance here for the Rebel defense to get a stop or a turnover and get the ball back to their offense. Trailing 13-0 here in the third quarter. 8 minutes to go in this third quarter, as Barnesville will snap the ball here from the 14-yard line. And here's Bredman on the pitch. The pitch is to the deep man, and he is tackled at the 18-yard line. And that was to Bredman coming up to make the tackle. Austin Johnson coming up, a nice play there by Austin Johnson, the junior. Only a 4-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd down and long, 3rd and 12 from the 18-yard line here of the Trojans. Trojans going from left to right on your screen. Purple jerseys, purple helmets, black pants. And they'll go again the tight formation. Bredman under center, 3rd down and long. They'll send Bredman in motion, and he's back to pass, and there'll be a handoff. And he's got blockers out in front of him. That was Dawson Gregg, almost like a Statue of Liberty type play, as Bredman looked like he was going to pass the ball and handed it off to Gregg as Gregg came around almost on a sweep. He is tackled short of the 1st down. We do have an injured man, actually 2 injured players on the field. We'll take an injury timeout here as well. You're watching live playoff action, state tournament action here on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Chase.
The flexible scheduling and the fast pace.
Just 213.
Building the connections with the staff and the customers.
Have a great day now.
To be an elementary school teacher.
To become a high school chemistry teacher. Archway's opportunity has helped me because
McDonald's is helping pay for college.
for job information,
Text APPLY to 38000 or visit mcdonalds.com/careers.
You can purchase your tickets online for the state quarterfinals and semifinals. Go to www.mshsl.org/tickets, and you'll find prices there for the quarterfinals and the semifinals and championship games at US Bank Stadium. Also, you can go to www.usbankstadium.com/plan-your-visit/directions to find out about parking for US Bank Stadium, as the Rebels injured men are walking off the field under their own power. And you can follow us all season long here on the Neighborhood Sports Network, nspn.tv/MSHSL. Again, $6.99 for the monthly subscription, $24.99 for the yearly subscription. We'll be covering the quarterfinal and semifinal games here 4th down and 7 from the 23-yard line, and Barnesville now will come in to punt. And the big leg here of Isaac Manival, and he barely gets this one off. And this will take a Rebel bounce at the 44-yard line, go back to the 43. So a short field coming up here for the Rebels of Moose Lake Willow River. And they are being shut out here by a score of 13-0, but a big chance here with a short field, 43 yards away from pay dirt. We've got 6 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here, almost halfway through the third quarter. But time for the Rebels to strike here. They get a short field. They punt to the 42-yard line, 43-yard line. And now Newman will go under center. Put a man in motion, and a counter play coming. It'll be snuffed out. And now they're saying it's a fumble. Ball is on the turf, and it is, the ball belongs to the Trojans. Picking up the ball, number 84, that is Logan Yeski, and he picks up the turnover. The ball was fumbled on the turf there. A great chance to start a short drive, a short field for the Rebels, but they put the ball on the ground, and it'll be recovered at the 45-yard line. Johnny on the spot. Logan Yeski picks up the ball. An extra possession here for the Trojans. They get it all the way up to the 45-yard line after the punt and then the fumble. And they're in business now at their own 45-yard line. Here's Bredman under center. And the give is to the first man through. And he takes it 3 yards up to the 48-yard line. That was John Roller, the fullback. He picks up 3 on the ground. That'll bring up 2nd down now and 7 as we near the halfway point here of the third quarter. And they're knocking on the territorial door here at midfield. They've spent a lot of this game in Rebel territory. 2 touchdowns on the ground, but they have not scored since the first quarter. Rebel defense coming up strong here in the second and halfway through the third quarter. Here's Bredman under center. He turns, gives it to Roller. Roller's up the middle. He's got one man to beat, and he is forced back on the play, but not before he picks up 13 yards. Actually, 10 yards on the run and a first down. And tackled on the play by Sam Knevich. But a first down on the run right up the middle and gets the ball to the 42-yard line. And a first down here as the Trojan offense rolling in to enemy territory. Here's Bredman under center with 3 men in the backfield. He'll take the snap and give it to the first man through. And that is all the way to the 41-yard, 36-yard line. That was Bredman keeping it himself. Quick action in that backfield as a fake handoff. He turns around, takes it up the right tackle for a 6-yard gain. A good run there by the quarterback. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Roller with a touchdown and Braden Bredman with a touchdown in the first quarter. And now the Trojans go back to work. 2nd down and 4. The give is to to Greg. Dawson Gregg gets a carry, and he takes it up to the 34-yard line. On the tackle, Zach Danielski, the 5'9 linebacker, 175-pound senior, comes up to make the stop, and they'll bring up a 3rd down here, a crucial 3rd down as we are nearing the latter part of the third quarter. Trojans on the drive, a chance here for the Rebels to get a stop. 3rd down and 2. Bredman will take the snap under center. Turns and gives it to the last man through, and he is pulled back, stopped for no gain, actually loses a couple yards. That was Bredman. I got fooled on that one, but so the defense for the Rebels did not, and so the loss will make it 4th down. Another big stop there by the Rebel defense. It's now 4th and 5 here from midfield, and the Trojans will make the smart play here and punt the football. Wyatt Suter this is Isaac Manival again. Back to punt. He'll stand at his 50-yard line. punting into the wind. Rebels bring the pressure, and he gets the punt away. This is a short punt. It'll stop at right at the 20-yard line. Be down there by Barnesville. And so Moose Lake Willow River will start off at their 20-yard line, 80 yards away from Paydard, and a chance to get into the scoring column here. They trail by a score of 13-0. We've got 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter of action. We're live coming to you from St. Cloud Tech on a chilly Thursday evening. A happy Veterans Day to all veterans tomorrow. I'm a veteran. My father is a veteran. My grandfather is a veteran. So a big day for us tomorrow. Here's Newman in the shotgun. And he is looking downfield. And he floats it downfield. He's got a man. It is caught. Caught at the 40-yard line. Takes it all the way to the 50. A nice catch there by the end, Jimmy Walker. Walker, 6 foot, 190 pounds, goes up and makes the catch. And a first down completion up to midfield. And the Rebels off of the defensive stop are in business. They're across the 50 to the 49. With 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go, now the Rebels are on the move. And they sent a man into the offensive huddle a bit late. Now Newman looking at the sideline, the far side, trying to get the play, and they're going to be forced to take a timeout. As Newman just not able to get the play in time, and a wise timeout taken here by Moose Lake Willow River. We will take a timeout here. We've got 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Rebels trail 13-0, but they are on the move. We'll be right back here for the first down play when we come back here on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
And welcome back here to live action on NSPN.TV. It's been an interesting third quarter as teams have exchanged turnovers, a fumble, and 2 back-to-back possessions ending in interceptions. And the interception thrown by Newman was a heartbreaker in the end zone after they had got the ball down to the 8-yard line, 1st and goal to go. Could do nothing with it. On 4th and goal, Newman threw an interception in the end zone. But they were able to get a stop defensively. They now have the ball all the way up to the 49-yard line. And they'll spread things out again, send 3 men to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Here is Newman. And now he will send his running back. He will fling it over to him, and it is caught at the 48-yard line. That is Jackson Thompson. Thompson was in the backfield. He flared out and received the pass, and he takes it all the way up to the 42-yard line, a 7-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Is there a flag on the play? There is a flag on the play, and this is going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty against Barnesville. This is a huge penalty here, as that'll be 15 yards. Automatic first down. Roughing the passer is the call. And so Barnesville with an untimely huge penalty here off of the big gainer. It was a 7-yard gain, so instead of 2nd and 3, it'll be 1st down and 10. And the ball all the way up to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Rebel offense. They're in business. Here is Newman. He gives to Thompson. Thompson will be hit in the backfield. He is tackled in the backfield for a loss of 2. They'll bring the line of scrimmage back to the 29-yard line. It's a good job defensively there by the defensive line of Barnesville, coming up to make the stop behind the line of scrimmage after the big penalty. Here come the Rebels now to the line of scrimmage. They'll send 3 men to the left, 1 to the right. They'll send the running back Thompson out. They look to, now here is Newman, and he's taking himself. He's up into the secondary. He'll be tackled at the 24-yard line. Newman taking himself will get 5 yards back. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 as he was forced from the pocket, took it himself, and picked up a nice little gain of 5 yards. They'll bring up 3rd down and 7 now. The Rebels need a big play to keep the drive alive. Got to make it to the 17-yard line of Barnesville. And now they will send 3 men to the right and 1 to the left. Split out to the left. They'll bring the man in motion. They'll put him back in the backfield. And a high snap. Newman gets it down, and the pass down the line of scrimmage, a forward pass that will fall incomplete. Nice job there of Newman taking the high snap. He was trying to get the ball to Jimmy Walker, the man they brought in motion, who flared out the right flat, could not find him. And now a big 4th down with 54 seconds on the clock here in this 3rd quarter. And this is a huge play here for both teams, especially though for the Rebels as they are trying to get onto the scoreboard. They only trail by 13. A touchdown here would be a big answer. Good field position. 4th and 7 from the 24. They got to make it to the 17-yard line. Newman in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's back to pass, and he'll fire it on the near sideline. The ball is up, and it is incomplete in the end zone. Overthrows his intended receiver. Looks like there might have been a miscommunication on the route as the receiver stopped, and the ball flies into the end zone and lands harmlessly in that orange end zone. It'll be a turnover on downs. So good stop there defensively by Barnesville. Barnesville will take the ball over at the 24, make it the 23 actually. It'll be 1st down and 10 as we've got 48 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Again, this is the quarterfinals here of the state tournament. Here is Bredman under center. He'll turn and he'll hand the ball off to the first man through, and that was Roller, the fullback. And he'll gain up to the 26-yard line. And Chuzak on the tackle. Nick Chuzak, the defensive lineman, he's a junior coming up to make the tackle for a 3-yard gain. Clock continues to run here. We'll get the snap off under 20 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 7. And actually, yes, they will snap the ball. And here is the give to the 2nd man through. And actually that was Bredman on the keeper. And he is stopped here at about the 28-yard line. When we come back, we will have the 4th quarter of action. The score 13-0 still here in favor of Barnesville. They've got the football. They're on the drive. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion in the 4th quarter here on the Neighborhood Sports Network.tv.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
So a great game here for you. We're entering the 4th quarter of play. It was 2 touchdowns back in the 1st quarter, way back in the 1st quarter. As it was Bredman on the ground from 4 yards out with 4 minutes to go in that 1st quarter. That was Braden Bredman scoring. And then the fullback, John Roller, also scoring to basically close out the 1st quarter. We've had no scoring in the 2nd and 3rd quarter. That 3rd quarter had a lot of fireworks in it, though, as there were a couple of turnovers by the Rebels. They put the ball on the ground as a fumble. They also exchanged interceptions, one of them into the end zone. The Rebels have had chances. They've had the ball deep in enemy territory, just no points to show for it. Meanwhile, we start off the 4th quarter here with a 3rd down and 6 for Barnesville. And the carry is given to the up man. First man through, and he rushes into the 1st down territory all the way to the 34-yard line. Picks up 8. And that'll be good enough for a first down. That was Roller on the carry. And that is a first down. First play of the fourth quarter is a first down for the Trojans. And you can imagine they will keep the ball on the ground this entire drive, trying to run some time off of this clock, trying to punch their ticket to U.S. Bank Stadium next week in the state semifinals. Here's Bredman under center. Takes, gives, and that is to the up man. Roller on the carry, and he is stopped for about a half-yard gain. They'll mark it at the 35, so it'll be second down and 9 on the 1-yard carry by John Roller. And the offense here for Barnesville will huddle, and they'll walk up to the line of scrimmage. They've taken a minute off the clock here in the fourth quarter. Here's Bredman under center, barks out the signals, takes the snap, and he will give it to Peterson. Andrew Peterson will take it out of bounds here on the near sideline. And tackled by Motzik. Mosberg on the tackle. And that was a 4-yard gain. It'll be third down and 6. Rebel fans trying to urge their defense on. They've made several stops here in the second half. And a big chance here with the 3rd and 6 and 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And here's Bredman back to pass. He is flushed, makes a man miss. He throws it upfield, and it's incomplete. A bit of a dangerous pass there as he was spun around and still got the pass off. But the ball falls incomplete. Wyatt Suter was the intended man. And the pass just out of his outstretched reach. And so that will bring up another stop here by the Rebels defense as Barnesville forced to punt. And they've got the wind at their back. And Rebels will send a man deep. Going back deep is Sam Konijvich. And he had the interception return earlier in the third quarter. Took it all the way down to the 8-yard line of Barnesville. And Barnesville now punting. Here is Meneval, the 6'7" punter, and that's almost blocked. They ran into the kicker. I do not see a flag. They said it was tipped. Referee says the ball was tipped, so a block and no penalty flag as the defensive man ran in and hit the punter. But the referee said that the ball was tipped first by the defensive player, and so no penalty. And that is an unpopular call here by the fans and coaching staff of Barnesville. And it'll bring up, though, a first down for the Rebels. Rebels trailing by 13 and desperate need of points on this drive. Adam Newman, their junior quarterback, 5'10", 150 pounds, will go in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a man in the backfield. Now he's flush. He'll roll to his left all the way to the near side. He'll take it himself, and he is tackled out of bounds. Tackle out of bounds, but it does pick up a couple of yards. And on the tackle was Connor Locks as he forced him out of bounds after a 2-yard gain. Second down now and 8. As Newman had to take it himself, he was looking downfield and could not find an open man. He'll again go into the shotgun formation. Jackson Schmidt to his left. And they'll bring a man in motion. This is Nevejic. And here is Newman. He's under heavy pressure. He'll go down right at the line of scrimmage, not able to really get the snap and look downfield for an open man. He was rushed heavily right at the time he received the snap. So heavy pressure applied by the defensive front here of Barnesville. And it'll be third down and 8. No gain on the play. Almost a sack, just dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Big time play here coming up for this defense here for Barnesville. The Rebels will send 3 men now to the right, to the left. Here's Newman. He'll swing it over to Schmidt. Schmidt takes the reception. He is dropped in the backfield. And that was right at the line of scrimmage again. No gain. Tackled at the 27. And so it'll bring it 4th down and 8. And decision time here for the Rebels as they're running out of time, running out of possessions. They're deep in their territory at their own 27-yard line. They will punt away the football and play field position. But this time they'll be punting into the wind. And so we're under 8 minutes to go here. They need two scores. And here comes the punt. And as a short punt again into that wind, it'll take a nice bounce though for the Rebels. And it'll be down at the 47-yard line. So a good job there by the Barnesville defense as they force the stop. And they'll get the ball at the 47-yard line. We've got 7:39 to go as the teams will change possession. Barnesville looking to ice this one. They lead by a score of 13-0. Pitching the shutout here defensively. Moose Lake Willow River has had some chances. They've been deep in enemy territory twice, but no points to show for it. And now Barnesville will go to work. They've got 7 minutes and 39 seconds on the clock. They'll try to eat away at this clock. Here's Bredman. He'll keep it himself. He is stopped by Thompson. Stopped for no gain, but precious seconds running off the clock. And the offensive huddle here, the Trojans can kind of take their time. Again, they've got a 13-0 lead and the football. And now it's up to the big offensive lineman here to open up some holes here for this rushing attack. Bredman will give up to the middle. And this is Roller. He's all the way up the middle, and he will go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 into the end zone for the touchdown. Johnny Roller took the dive, took it all the way up the middle and to the near sideline. And he will take it all the way in for the touchdown, and that is a backbreaker right there for this Rebel defense as Roller takes it all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. And a huge play here by the rushing attack as I was just about to start naming some names on the offensive line. They open up a big hole. And that will make the score 19-0 with the extra point coming. And it is a 2-point conversion, and it is good. Into the end zone on the rushing attempt here by Barnesville. 2 more points on the board. That'll make the score 21-0. And a huge lead now for Barnesville as they're continuing to pitch the shutout. A big drive there and a big touchdown on the ground here by the Trojan offense. 6 minutes and 52 seconds to play. We will take a quick timeout here. Our score now 21-0 in favor of the Trojans.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
So a big gainer on the ground here for the Trojan offense. Makes the score 21-0 as we come back. We're just about halfway through this fourth quarter, and it's answer time here for the Rebels of Moose Lake Willow River. They trail by a score now of 21-0, and they will get the ensuing kickoff. And this ball will bounce into the end zone. Another touchback. An impressive night here for Manival. Another touchback by the 6'7", 220-pound senior kicker. And so with 6 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock, some time left on the clock here, but the Rebels need to go hurry up. They need points, and they need them badly. Barnesville looking to punch their ticket into the state semifinals. And the Rebels now come off to the line of scrimmage. Again, they're going spread out offense. They've got one receiver to the left, 3 to the right with a man in the backfield. Here is Newman back to pass. He'll fire it over to the far sideline, and that is broken up on the play nicely by the defensive back, Asher O'Brien O'Brien already with an interception this evening. And now they pass breakup. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 again from the 20-yard line. So 2 scores in the first quarter, now a score here in the fourth quarter from Barnesville as they're looking to put this game away halfway through the fourth quarter. Here is the snap and the give. The give is to Schmidt, actually Thompson. And that is Thompson up to the 21-yard line, so just a 1-yard gain for the 5'7" senior running back. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 9, 3rd and long. Rebels just not really able to get anything going here on this drive. At a time where they need it most, it'll be 3rd down and 9, so a chance to make a big play as the clock nearing the 6-minute mark and the halfway point here of this fourth quarter. We'll send Thompson out in motion. Here's Newman back to pass. He fires it. Has a man downfield, caught on the play for the 1st down. The reception going to Sam Knizvich. A nice pitch and catch from Newman to Knizvich. And that'll be a 1st down, so a nice play there as they will move the sticks. The clock will stop. And now a timeout will be taken by Barnesville. We've got under 6 minutes to go here, 5 minutes and 58 seconds left. We're coming to you live in the quarterfinals action here of Class 2A. And we'll be right back here with the exciting finish, the conclusion here of this Class 2A state quarterfinal.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Crunch time here in the fourth quarter as Barnesville leads 21-0. But Moose Lake Willow River is on the drive. They're at the 35-yard line on a nifty pitch and catch. Quarterback to tight end. And a 1st down and 10 as the Rebels look to continue the drive. They need to put points on the board. Trojans showing blitz. And they'll send a man in motion now. And here is the snap to Newman. He fires over on the far sideline. He's got a man, and it is a lateral up the far sideline. The hook and lateral, That goes to Thompson eventually with the lateral, and he takes it up all the way up to the 36-yard line. It was almost like a little set in volleyball. The tackle is made at the 39-yard line, so a big gainer there by the Rebel offense. We've got 5 minutes and 50 seconds as they will set the chains here for the new 1st down. 1st and 10, Newman in the shotgun. He's had some success here in the passing game. Now he barks out the signals. Again, the clock has stopped. 5 seconds left now. He'll take the snap. He'll fire it again on that far sideline out of the reach of his intended receiver. And that was intended for Jimmy Walker. Not able to make the catch. He's pushed out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 here with 5:42 to go. Rebels need to get a score on this possession and then an onside kick. 2nd down from the 39-yard line. Again, we thank you for joining us here all night long for live state tournament action here on the network, the Neighborhood Sports Network. And here is Newman. He'll take it himself, a nifty move to get past the line of scrimmage. He'll take it all the way out to the 33. Newman takes it around left end. He faked like he was going to plunge through the line and went around left end and picks up 6 yards, making it a makeable 3rd down and 4. They'll call it 3rd and 5 at the 34-yard line. So 34 yards away from pay dirt. Newman in the shotgun. Pass was intended for Owen Lowe. Ball's incomplete. 4th down and 5 now for the Rebels. Their season here hanging in the balance. Newman will come out as he barks the signals to his huddle. They need 5 yards here to the 29-yard line to continue this drive, keep the season alive. Here is Newman in the shotgun formation with one running back to his right. He's back to pass. He fires it downfield over the outstretched hand of his intended receiver. Knevich is not able to come up with the 4th down reception, and so a turnover on downs as, again, the Barnesville defense holds. Bend but don't break, and Barnesville will take over with 5 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. And that should just about do it here as Barnesville with a 3-touchdown lead. They now have the football, and they can run this one and run the clock out. Moose Lake Willow River, though, trying to come up with a turnover here. They'll be looking to strip the ball on every tackle. Barnesville, here's the snap, and here is the handoff. It is actually kept by the quarterback, Bredman, and he falls forward to the 40-yard line. 5-yard gain on 1st down. Clock continues to run. Barnesville content to huddle, take some more time off this clock. And they will look forward to their matchup next week. Next week at 9 a.m. on Friday, the 18th of November. They should be punching their ticket here, looking forward with 4.5 minutes to go. Trying to punch their ticket to the state semifinals. Taking all the seconds off the clock that they can. We're down to 4:15 to go. And here is the snap and the handoff. And it'll be a loss on the play. Roller is knocked back. Forward progress, so to the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, the 40-yard line. So no gain, but more precious seconds taken off of this clock. And if you tuned in a little bit late, there were 2 touchdowns on the ground, one from Roller and one from Braden Bredman. Opened up the scoring, a 13-0 lead. It was 13-0 at the end of the first quarter, 13-0 at the end of half. 13-0 at the end of the third quarter before a touchdown here late by Barnesville. Basically put the icing on the cake. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. And here's Barnesville. They will take the ball all the way into 1st down territory. A big run there. And that is Bredman on the keeper. Number 4 doing it with his legs. Again, Zach Bredman picking up a all-important 1st down all the way up near midfield. 140 pounds of toughness there at the quarterback position. He's been hit several times tonight and keeps those legs churning. Picks up the 1st down up to the 47-yard line. And takes, again, more seconds off the clock. We're under 3 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter of action. Still 10 seconds left on the play clock. Here is Zach Bredman, and he will turn. He will give it to the second man, actually to the first man through. That is Roller again. Roller up to the 45-yard line and into Rebel territory. And they just run the ball and wear you out up at the line of scrimmage. And kudos to the offensive line here. Right guard Nick Robidoux. Center Justin Kruger. Right tackle Tim Wells. Left guard Johnny Robidoux, and left tackle Jordan Kroll, getting it done up front here. The big boys, the offensive line, responsible for a lot of the big holes tonight. And now the whistle will come. The play will be blown dead. It'll be a timeout here taken by the Trojans. Their second timeout here in the second half. We've got 2 minutes and 4 seconds until we call this one a final. Barnesville in the driver's seat. They've got the ball at the 45-yard line. Up by 21, up by 3 scores here, looking to get into the home of the Minnesota Vikings, the U.S. Bank Stadium, in the semifinals. We'll have that game for you live here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. You can go to the MSHSL website to pick up tickets for next week's game and bring your headphones with you and listen on your smartphone. Listen live to our coverage as you are sitting in U.S. Bank Stadium. If you are fans of the Trojans of Barnesville, we look forward to seeing you next week in Minneapolis. A great effort here tonight by the Rebels of Moose Lake Willow River. Just not able to crack the scoreboard, but some great stops defensively. And some hard-fought yardage here on the ground by the Trojan offense. And they will continue on the ground. They've got a new quarterback in the contest. This is Gannon Bolgreen. Sophomore getting some reps here in the state tournament. Bolgren, the 5'10", 150-pound sophomore, backup quarterback, getting a highlight here in the game, picking up some yards. They'll bring up 3rd down now and 2 at the 45-yard line. "15 seconds here on the play clock. They look to bleed the clock off as much as they can. 3rd down and 2 here is the snap, and it'll be Bolgren again on the keeper, fighting for that extra yard. Gets it, though, to a no gain to the 45. And with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, that'll bring up a 4th down. 4th down from the 45. 4th and 2. And so we believe that the Trojans will keep possession here. They'll run a 4th down play, up by 3 touchdowns. Again, we want to thank you for tuning in to our live broadcast all evening long. And a great job, again, by our camera operator, Charles Brolin. And here is the 4th down play with 35 seconds to go. And the handoff, or actually, yes, it is a handoff. And he will be short, and so we'll have a change of possession. We've got 30 seconds to go. The Rebels will have one more crack at it. It'll be a 1st down here from the 44-yard line as Trojans are just short on the rushing attempt on 4th down. We'll have one more change of possession. And at least one more play here run by the Rebel offense. We'll look for the Rebels possibly to go deep here with 30 seconds left. Still some time on the clock. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. They break the huddle. And it looks like they will take a knee here to run out the clock. And that will be the last play. As the clock will run down, and it will be Barnesville victorious by a final score of 21-0. And they punch their ticket. They will head to U.S. Bank Stadium next week as the teams begin to shake it up here at midfield. We've got 10 seconds still on the clock. 5 seconds remaining, and it is now in the record books as there are triple zeros on the scoreboard. And that will be the end of tonight's contest as this one goes final. 21-0 off of 3 touchdowns on the ground attack here from this dangerous offense of Barnesville. 2 touchdowns coming from John Roller. John Roller will be our neighborhood spotlight, neighborhood MVP as he picked up those 2 touchdowns on the ground, and that is the difference here. Final score of 21-0. Barnesville, your Section 8 and 2A champions. And they are victorious here in the quarterfinals of the 2A state championship. And they will move on to play again next week. And that will be at 9 a.m. Friday morning at U.S. Bank Stadium. Again, go to MSHSL for tickets for that contest. And so with Charles Rowland on camera, again, we want to thank you for tuning in. My name is Phil McLaughlin, and that has been coverage of the state tournament here live on the Neighborhood Sports Network. We do wish you a happy Veterans Day and a great weekend coming up. Good night, everyone, and drive home safely.
NSPN.TV, in partnership with the Minnesota State High School League, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Football Tournament. Coverage is made possible by the Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. ETS Performance, elite sports performance training for student athletes. Visit etsperformance.com/NSPN for more information. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. And by the Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage.